Hello, welcome everybody to today's conference. Today we will be speaking about the Platinum Engineering team and some products they're working on with QDao, USDQ, and even Noah Coin. So thank you for being here with us. I am Brian Wilson. I have been involved in blockchain and cryptocurrencies for quite some time. I do a lot of content creation and education in this industry, and I've been asked to come on today as a host and moderator of this conference. I think it's good to just establish, the speakers and who everybody is. So I would like to invite the team from Platinum Engineering and other speakers on this conference to please introduce yourself one at a time, starting with Anton, the co-founder of Platinum Engineering. Welcome, Anton.
Hello, Brian. Hello, everybody. It's for me big pleasure to be today on this conference. I think it's my first time to be on such kind of conference. So please watch it, please like it, share, and invite your friends also to see. Thank you, Brian.
Thank you, Anton. Also, Dan, the other co-founder of Platinum Engineering, could you please introduce yourself to the community?
Good day, guys, and thank you very much, Brian, for a lovely introduction. It's my pleasure to be here today and answer all of your questions, guys. Hopefully, we can provide you as much knowledge as we can and answer as many questions as we can possibly to make your job as an investor or as an analyst much easier and to fully understand all products that Platinum QDao is offering to the market. Thank you.
Thank you, Dan. Ito-san is an advisor on the Platinum Engineering team and very well known in the industry. Could you please introduce yourself, sir? Please turn on your microphone.
Hi, my name is Takeshi Ito, and for today's conference, I'm going to talk about mainly about Noah projects. And since Noah holders have a lot of worries and concerns and a lot of questions, so I hope our answers will clarify those questions, and you will enjoy the conference. Thank you.
Thank you, Ito-san. He'll also be doing translation for Japanese, which is highly important because this is a global conference, and we have global members and global team members. As well as global customers. So, we are trying to provide you with the correct information that you need in every language possible that we can. I am going to ask that, is there any other speakers that would like to introduce themselves before we dip into some QDao questions for Anton? I'm going to rush that a little bit just because Anton is on a plane and he's about to take off. So we want to try to ask as many questions about QDao that we can with the utmost expert. And so please, anybody else who's speaking, introduce yourself.
So you want Gan-san to introduce?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Telegram 名でいいのかな。はじめまして、テレグラム名で100万ドル大祈願と言います。暗号資産研究会のクリエイターをしています。今日はノアコインについて、いろいろと発信したいと思いますので、よろしくお願いします。
はじめまして、よろしくお願いします。
He says, his name is Daikigan, and he's going to talk about the Noah coin for today's conference. So he's very happy to meet you guys. Thank you.
Very much. Okay, thank you. So let's just go ahead and dive in to be able to utilize Anton before he takes off. I want to say, since we're in a time constraint, a little bit with you. Anton, would you be able to explain the QDao project in under 60 seconds?
Yes, Brian, thank you. Okay, let's try. Have you had cryptocurrency, any cryptocurrency in your pocket during 2008? I guess yes. You should have some Bitcoins. Remember what was the Bitcoin price in the early 2008? It was around roughly 20, right? And what was the minimum Bitcoin price at in the autumn and winter 2018? Can you remember? What was the price? Right. Price was around $3,000, which was wrong for Bitcoin, right? The lowest Bitcoin price during all 2008 was $3,000.
Yes.
From 18 or 20,000, it will fall to $3,000. And in case you will use stable coins, you can sell your Bitcoins in the early spring 2018 and buy again later in autumn 2018. So we created stable coins for people to help them to fix their asset while it's like any volatility during all crypto market. So when it's a crypto winter, you can easily sell your Bitcoins and get your stable coins. When market gets better, you can exchange your stable coins and buy Bitcoin. We created stable coins to help people to save their money during any volatility.
Okay, so QDAO is a sort of a governance token for stable coins. Can you talk about what is the relationship between QDAO and USDQ?
Okay, let's clarify. We have QDAO governance token, and we have a family of stable coins. We have JPYQ, we have TRWQ, we have USDQ, and we'll have many other stable coins for every country. It will help people to do cross-border remittances without any kind of problems. So no need to go to bank to do cross-border remittances. You can just use your either any Ethereum compatible wallet, and in future any non-compatible wallet, any Libra compatible wallet, any Telegram application. So and governance token QDAO we created in quite limited amount. It's only 999,000 pieces, and we will distribute it to our community. And this community will get all benefits from all stable coins, which will be used under QDAO name. So QDAO, it's a limited coin only for believers, and these believers will be rewarded from all benefits we will make using our stable coins.
Okay, great. And QDAO is an ERC20 token. There's a lot of coins like EOS. Why did you choose the Ethereum network ERC20 structure for QDAO?
First, we decided to create Ethereum-based token because it's a mass. We are looking for mass adoption. We will create our coins on top of popular blockchain. Nobody will use it. So our main goal to create our stable coins on top of all major popular blockchains. Soon, it will be Libra blockchain by Facebook. It will be Ton, Telegram Open Network by Telegram. It will be Node Network, Node blockchain, and we also will create stable coins on top of EOS network, Tron network, and maybe some other networks. So we are creating mass products. We want to do mass adoption of crypto.
Okay, great. And with any cryptocurrency, a lot of it has to do with the price. I know it's not always the best thing to say because, it's about the idea of, this future of money, this, idea of these decentralized systems and, being able to utilize products and services without the hest of a government. But everybody does focus on price. And, in that sense, and I believe that people that are listening in want to know about how do you create the price of QDAO?
Okay, let's explain it. In order to, I'm sorry, I just should change my place in airplane. We are near takeoff. So in order to create a nice story and strong price for QDAO, we decided to create QDAO super limited amount. And we decided to distribute QDAO during 10 months. Every month, we distribute only 50,000 of QDAO. And while project fail and while token price fall, because demand is less than supply, we created opposite story. We created a story when people who want to buy QDAO much more than people who want to sell QDAO. And you're going to see it's quite nice journey from $1 to already more than $50.
Yeah, it's been quite a staggering increase in price from the start of $1 per QDAO to today it's over $50 per QDAO. That's quite impressive. What would you believe is the reason for the constantly growing price of QDAO?
QDAO will grow, and soon we have more and more demand to buy QDAO and use stablecoins. Sorry.
I have to wait now.
Sorry,
I'll wait for you then.
a lady asking me to turn on my phone.
Yeah, that's all right, Anton. Do you want me to take over?
Everybody, yes,
I'll
please
take
get
over.
this for,
That's
yes,
okay.
take over.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Turn off your
It was
mic.
great to see you, Anton. Sorry that you couldn't stay with us longer, but we understand you have a flight. Thank you for all the information, and have a safe, wonderful flight. I think that at this point, we'll just take a short 3 to 4 minute technical break. And I just wanted to advise you that, the team is giving away QChance tickets for viewers of the conference. QChance is a redeemable code for USD, a 6-digit code that you can enter on the BTC and get free tokens. So please watch the link in the chat and follow that. So we'll just take a quick 3-minute technical break.
Microphone, Takeshi. Yeah. Thank you. Otherwise, it gets really confusing. Thank you.
So it looks like we actually have Anton for another 5 or 10 minutes. I'd like to just ask a couple of more questions while we got him. Anton, is that still the case? You're still good to go?
Yes, let's go. Let's move forward. So what was your question?
Okay, so, I think that some people have been asking, and I also share this question. Do you expect QDAO to fall in the future after all the 10 rounds of QDAO sales are finished? And if the price you believe will rise, what do you think is the determining situations of the rise and fall of QDAO after the rounds are already sold of QDAO?
Okay, it's a good question. So I made calculation. I made financial plan for 3 years upfront, and so I did calculation not for 10 months. I did roadmap for 3 years upfront, and during these 3 years, I can be quite confident because we created QDAO not just to make money. We are self-funded. We are most of money. Platinum is a profitable company, and most of money we use our own money to develop our product. And we do distribution of QDAO in order to create decentralized organization, but not only to make money from the public. And in 3 years, I'm quite confident that slowly we will climb and get maybe top 50 position in CoinMarketCap. I'm not sure that we will be in top 10, but we can be. It's quite honorable to be in top 50. And you can be sure that all platform team are working hard, and actually they're working 6-day week from 8 morning usually to 3 a.m. To make really a sustainable product. And as more we will find use cases for stable coins, as more will be sustainable price of governance token. And that's also why I did preparation for 3 years. So during 3 years, we will work and develop our product.
Yes, that's great. Thank you for that. Very wonderful information there. So you kind of mentioned something about, the lockup of the tokens. During the period of 20 months, essentially there's a unlocking schedule for people to be able to either spend or transfer their QDao tokens on the schedule. You can look up on the tokensale.qdao.io / I forget the exact link. We'll definitely put the link in there, but you can see the releasing schedule. Could you talk a little bit about how you came up with that and what's the importance of that 20 months unlocking schedule for QDao tokens on the OT?
Yes, good question, Brian. So why we create lockup? Because it's similar with stock market. After IPO, every stockholder he has lockup period. And it is in our situation the same. If we want to create strong market for QDao, we should lock ability to sell these tokens and destroy the price. And I made calculation for 3 years upfront, and I might look up schedule based on this calculation. So this lockup unlocking schedule will help us to create very strong and sustainable and even maybe growing price of QDao.
Happy coronavirus and cross check.
Thank you for that answer. It looks like you might be done there, Anton. I think that's probably the last question. So I would like to just say thank you once again for your answers. Yeah, I would just like to offer up, congratulations for everything that's happened, and have a very safe flight. We'll talk to you real soon. Thank you, Anton.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you, everybody, for watching this. But then, and the Ido-san and Brian, please support me. Yeah, please support this conference.
Thank you, Anton. Thank you very much. That was excellent.
Okay, so I'd just like to re-engage that 3-minute technical break, and then we'll be back after 3 minutes. Just to remind you once again that the team is giving away QChance tickets for viewers of this conference. QChance is a redeemable code for USDQ tokens, a 6-digit code that you can enter on the OTC desk and get your free tokens. Watch the link in the chat and follow. And I would like to direct the question towards Dan, since you'll be picking up for where Anton left off. Thank you again for being here. Really, I just want, give you the opportunity. Could you please talk a bit about, the reason behind USDQ and the importance of that?
Yeah, thank you, Brian. Well, I guess, Anton had a very good introduction about the concept of QDAO in general as a governance coin. And speaking of USDQ, and not just USDQ, but also speaking of the Korean 1Q and JPYQ, all of the stable coins that we are currently launching, they do provide a truly decentralized spirit to the blockchain industry, I believe. Because currently we have a lot of currencies that are fully centralized, like Tether or PAX, and a whole bunch of other stable coins, which are controlled by a single party or a single license. And it doesn't really provide too much of a safety in terms of the privacy for the users, whereas USDQ is a fully decentralized stable coin, which creates peace of mind, I guess, for all of the users that their data, their coins won't be used by anyone else in terms of the information people have about those coins. And USDQ in general, I believe that because it's a unique asset based on the Bitcoin network, there is a particular future that people will use their current assets like Bitcoins and Ethereum to store their assets because they don't want to sell them. And in exchange, they will get a USDQ, which they can trade for a particular amount of time. So, me as a trader, sometimes I don't want to sell my Bitcoins. I want to hold them. But I can see that, market is very unpredictable these days and very uncertain. And, I can actually make money out of volatility. So why would I hold my Bitcoins when I can just store it on the QDAO system and get some USDQ in exchange so I can trade it? And then when I need it, I can come back with the same amount of USDQ and exchange it back to my Bitcoins and get it back, while I trade it and make some profit when I have my USDQ as well. So I think it's a great concept in general. It solves a lot of problems. And once again, the most important part is fully decentralized. There are not many decentralized stable coins out there. It's only MakerDAO, which is trying to compete with us as well. So, we don't try to be the top of the world, but we try to have a very solid and consistent community that is using USDQ for its own purposes. And I believe we have a lot of community members so far already who are using USDQ as well.
All right. Well, thank you very much for that answer, Dan. I really appreciate it. Ito-san, could you please mute your microphone? So I would like to just, ask you about the idea, because I think it's something about USDQ, as a stable coin and the other stable coins with JPYQ, KRWQ. You're backing these by Bitcoin, not fiat. So Tether and some of these other the Coinbase's stable coin, they're backed by a fiat system, and that's that centralized system I believe you're talking about. So I think that's what's exciting to me about the stable coins that you're building. You're backing them actually by Bitcoin. Could you talk about that a little bit and why you decided to do that and what the importance of that is?
Sure. Well, look, we don't have much of a competition in this market when it comes to decentralized stablecoins. And as I said before, the only competitor we currently have is MakerDAO, which is currently using Ethereum network to store the value of its DAI coins. We've done completely opposite. We've done what some other people could never do before. We actually did it on the Bitcoin. And Bitcoin is a little bit more comprehensive. It's not as advanced as the Ethereum so far. And it took a lot of time for us to create a system that actually works in terms of its stability and safety, first of all. Bitcoin itself is a valuable asset to many wealthy people. We think about how many Bitcoins are currently circulating. And to be honest, the circulation is very small. People that actually purchase Bitcoins these days, they don't sell them. They actually hold them as a asset for value. And it's a very convenient way of doing so, because as we know that you can transfer billions of dollars within the minutes to any other point in the world, only spending a couple of cents for not the mining pool, but the actual gas, and it's much better than using SWIFT or SEP or any other system for international transactions. So the QDAO itself created those stable coins to allow people to use it as an international transfer asset, as a store of value, because you can actually fix your profits or fix your losses using USDQ, the same as you do with Tether. But as we all know, Tether are very, very volatile. It's an unprecedented case when an exchange who produced a stable coin doesn't allow anyone to access their financial data, and nobody knows how much they have in their bank accounts to back those Tether, which they mint all the time. And I mean, that's pathetic to me, don't you think, Brian? When you don't really know how much people have on their bank accounts to create a colorized asset. Whereas USDQ is fully transparent. Platinum didn't hide anything. You can easily go to the platinum.fund website and go to the QDAO section and choose one of the addresses that actually printed the USDQ, collateralized to the BTC that have been stored from us. And I mean, you can easily see the formula. You can see everything, how much USDQ is currently circulating in the market. It's not a secret to anyone. We are fully transparent. And I believe that's the key, because those people that are holding Bitcoins, they don't want to sell them. Once again, they can store Bitcoins in the QDAO system and get USDQ back in exchange, about 66% of the stored value, which they can use for trading. And that's really important because, today I feel like I can make money, but I don't want to sell my Bitcoins, for example. I just want to make a trade that can make me money. So I will bring my Bitcoins to the QDAO. I will store it for a day. I'll get a USDQ in exchange. Here we go. I go to the exchange. I trade it with the Bitcoin or Ethereum or anything else just for a short period of time. I make a trade. I make a profit. I bring my USDQ back with the same amount I've borrowed from QDAO, and I got my Bitcoins back, plus the profit I've made. That's a great system, I believe. It's fully transparent and it's fully decentralized, Brian. So hopefully that answers your question.
No, it definitely answers my question. I think that helps a lot of people understand about, how it can be utilized, as well as, even if I'm not a trader, if I believe that some news is going to be bringing down the price of Bitcoin, I can kind of hedge against that news. Say, the president of the United States, Donald Trump, talks negatively about Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies. I could, shift my Bitcoin value into USDQ that's stable if there's some sort of drop, and then I could actually increase my position with Bitcoin. Not even being a trader. So I think there's a lot of value in having that, especially with, the currency backed by Bitcoin versus fiat. I think that's huge. And I'm really looking forward to seeing how this all plays out. I think that there's a question from one of the people on this conference that asked that they've noticed that USDQ is often a bit below $1. And what is the aspect to stabilize that, and why does that occur?
So think about that. When you use American dollar, I have nothing against American dollars, but think about it. Like, when you use it, do you really think that every single dollar is backed by a certain amount of gold? And the answer would be, of course, no. It's pathetic to think so. Any currency that is artificially stabilized one-to-one, it's pathetic. It's the currency that doesn't have 100% trust towards that particular asset. Let me give you an example. If you actually give a dollar a chance to have its own way, I believe the dollar won't be one-to-one. Let's say one-to-one in terms of USDQ to $1 American dollars. It could be maybe one USDQ to 70 cents, or one USDQ to 150. And the reason for that is that the market will decide what's the value of the United States dollar. once we have a data, once we have enough substantial information for us to access and see how much reserves the United States has. USDQ is it's not artificially maintained. We don't maintain the price. The community maintains the price. And the reason why sometimes it's 99 cents, not $1, or sometimes it's 101, it's because community decides that today the value of USDQ is much more than yesterday, or today's value is a little bit less than yesterday. We don't control the price ourselves because we don't need to. It's a decentralized asset. That's the reason why I've put a lot of emphasis saying that we are not a Tether, we're not PAX, we're not any other currency that is artificially controlled by an exchange or by a particular institution. No way. We use a decentralized asset to allow a community to decide, hey guys, if you think that USDQ is worth 95 cents, then it will worth 95 cents on the exchanges. Plus, in addition, all exchanges are, they have different rates. Even Tether, if you see KuCoin, for example, or OKX or Binance, it can be traded differently on different exchanges. Some exchanges have it for 1.02. Some exchanges have it for 98 cents. It's not always one-to-one. Some exchanges like Binance artificially control it, I believe, and that creates a value to one-to-one all the time. But, BTC Alpha or BTCNext or IDEX or any other exchange that is currently trading with USDQ, they define the price themselves. The community of those exchanges define the price. So we don't intervene into the process, to be honest. I can't really, hey, we control the price. That's impossible.
Thank you very much for that answer. That does clarify and clear up a lot of things related to that info. So I appreciate that, Dan. You mentioned about BTCNext, and that's an exchange, also a product built by the Platinum Engineering team. Could you talk a bit about BTCNext? Sure. Introduce a bit to people who may not know about what BTCNext exchange is and what the purpose is, and how that correlates to QDao, USDQ, and other products associated with the Platinum Engineering team.
Sure. Well, Platinum Engineering is a very comprehensive and sophisticated team full of engineers that make a lot of different products. It's not just an exchange or a QDao product. We also have a bounty software, we have a wallet, we have many, many different things. And it's a very old consulting business as well, because we've been consulting many companies around the world, airlines, IT companies and banks and so on. So far, after 2.5 years of a very intensive work, we were able to generate enough of confidence, I would say knowledge, to say, hey, we are ready to launch something bigger, something more that we haven't done before. And BTCNext Exchange was a product made for a client, but we basically maintain it. We supervise BTCNext. And BTCNext was designed to provide a superior experience for all traders to get the best out of trading without really, intervening into the process for many traders. And many traders suffer from the exchanges trading these days. You look at the HitBTC, you look at Yobit, you look at many other exchanges. I personally traded myself there. I have my money stuck in HitBTC. I have my money stuck in Yobit. And that's a really harmful way of trading for people, because people lose trust in those exchanges. I don't want to get my money stuck in the exchange just because someone thinks that they are capable to block my money for no reason and without providing any explanation to me, take this money and use it for their personal benefits. BTCNext was designed to provide the best possible user experience. It's not perfect yet. We are still working on it because there are a lot of technical things we are improving. There are a lot of maintenances. There are a lot of different patches we're integrating so far. But eventually, I believe, within the next few months, we'll get to the point when the exchange will be as perfect as we think it can be. and we're getting the best out of many exchanges. We're using the best experiences we were able to gather from many different platforms, and I believe that eventually, as I said, we will get there. We'll be able to launch a very good platform that will be used by many people around the world. And not just that, but also, BTCNext is not just a trading platform. We also have a margin trading coming soon, which will be launched in a couple of weeks. We have a couple of other services. We do look after our BTCNext Angels. And BTCNext Angels, for example, it's a new system. Not many exchanges have it. It creates a community, a true community that supports an exchange. If you look at the Binance, and so they have some Binance Angels, but they don't really have much of a control. Yeah, BTCNext Angels are truly superior supporters of the BTCNext exchange that define the future of the exchange. These people, they hold the BNX in different amounts, and they truly have a very unique capability to advise and instruct us and as to how they see exchange should operate. And because there are so many BTCNext Angels so far, it's great to have so many different members, because we get different opinions about how we can actually improve exchange, what we can do better to improve their trading experience. And because there are hundreds of them, I believe they represent a larger community of people who are using that exchange, which is currently more than 60,000 people. And we're growing all the time. Every single day, there are more than 3,000 people are coming and registering on the exchange, and exchange is coming to a point when we have to hire more and more people, because currently even 50 people that we currently have on the exchange is not enough to look after the entire community. So we'll get bigger, we'll get better, and I believe we'll get much more unique at some point.
Thank you, Dan, for that very thorough explanation of BTCNext. I think that answered actually probably my next few questions I was gonna ask there. That was very informative and well presented. Thank you very much for that information. So far we've been talking about the Platinum Engineering Team, QDao, the stable coins, but we haven't in BTCNext, but we haven't yet quite talked about Noah. Noah Coin is part of what Platinum Engineering is working on right now. Can you explain a little bit about the relationship between Platinum Engineering, QDao, BTCNext, the stable coins, and Noah, and how that works together?
So many from Platinum were investors in Noah. We actually believed in the concept of Noah project, and I personally believe this is a very great, innovative project that has a big future, despite the fact that some people are negative about it. I believe they have a very big future in terms of their concept. And the concept itself of Noah is creating an international system for remittance to allow Filipinian workers who are working overseas to be able to transfer the money from overseas to their families in the Philippines, and obviously get away from those expensive fees they have to pay to the Western Union and many other companies. Besides the remittance the current Noah project is offering, they also have a very unique concept of building, in the future, building a Manila city, and they also have a very unique approach they're taking to create a Noah blockchain. And Platinum QDAO Engineering is obviously, first of all, one of the big investors in Noah, and secondly, we are big fans and supporters. And we had a lot of discussions with Noah in the past, and eventually Noah became one of the shareholders of BTCNext, for example, and QDAO. And they are major shareholders as well, which believe in us because we believed in them. So because we're good engineers, and I don't hesitate to say so, we are good engineers, we are very good programmers. We came to a conclusion that Noah would eventually create its own blockchain. And we are currently working on creating a Noah blockchain and making it very unique. Noah blockchain is something that people would eventually enjoy in the whole process, because that will become the king of the whole ecosystem. Noah will basically be maintaining and offering startups and many Kickstarters to conduct crowdfundings on the blockchain of Noah, to use Noah blockchain for the entire ecosystem of those projects, to store some assets on the Noah blockchain like Cardano does. And almost the same concept as the Binance blockchain does now, and the Bitcoin Cash does now, and the Cardano does now, is that they try to get as many companies as possible to their own blockchain. And I believe we don't need to compete with those with those blockchains, because Platinum currently has a lot of projects already. Once we'll speak to them, they would be happy to switch from the Ethereum or from Bitcoin Cash to use the Noah blockchain in the future as the main network for their operations. So Noah blockchain will truly become unique. Noah blockchain will basically be the center of everything. It's a center of universe for all of our products. And Noah will be like a gas system in the Ethereum network. The same concept. So many Noah coins will be used as a gas, which will be a very big incentive for the entire community to use Noah as the main operations product. So there are a lot of intersections between us. We work with Noah, Noah works with us, and we strongly support Noah project. We believe that, as I said before, it has a good potential and a good future. And the main point in this world is, instead of competing with each other, we have to unite. We have to create something bigger, something much more stronger, and create a unity in the blockchain industry. And I believe that's the key. Because many blockchain companies, they try to drag as many clients as possible to their own site, and they also forget about the fact that that the blockchain industry is very, very sensitive these days. It's not as strong as we think, and we have to work together as a united team. And the Platinum is very clear when it comes to its philosophy. We want to unite people. We want to unite people in Japan, in Korea, and many other places around the world, and create a very good products that people can use on a daily basis.
Well, yeah, thank you for that. You obviously have the reputation and the know-how and the ability to create great products that we've seen. It's why I'm extremely excited about the next projects going in. I think this is a really good segue to kind of let people who are on this conference call know a bit about Noah Coin. We talked a bit about the relationship between Platinum Engineering and Noah, but I think it would be good to talk to Ito-san about Noah Coin and answer some question there. If we could just take another quick 3-minute technical break, and then we'll dive into some questions about Noah and try to find more out about that, and hopefully answer your questions that you have. Again, if you have any questions related to that and our next topic, please put those in the chat. We'll try to answer as many of those as possible, as well as just to remind you that the team is giving away QChance tickets for viewers of the conference. QChance is a redeemable code for USD, a 6-digit code that you can enter on the OTC desk and get free tokens. Please watch the link in the chat and follow. So just going to step away for a quick 2 to 3 minute technical break, and then we'll dive in and talk with Ito-san about Noah Coin. Ito-san about Noah Coin. Ito-san, it's really good to see you again. How are you? Genki desu ka?
Yep. Good.
So I'll be asking the questions in English. Feel free to answer it in English and then maybe even translate in Japanese. And so if you know, Daikigen-san has something to say in Japanese, please feel free to take a moment to translate that as well. All of that is very important. So I'm kind of going to ask questions to you guys both really at the same time about, you know, the different aspects of Noah. So could you please just explain, what is Noah? What is Noah Coin?
Actually, Noah Coin is a famous crypto project in Asia, and which kind of tried to aim to reduce the remittance cost and thus to lead to a crypto mass adoption.
Okay, and how is that? What is the connection between, you know, QDao and Noah from your perspective?
Actually, Noah Coin is we are developing a new blockchain 3.0, and Noah Coin will be used as a gas, and also this is something that I'm going to talk about later, but as a remittance service and also a payment service.
Okay, great. Would you like to translate any of that into Japanese?
Okay, so should I speak Japanese?
I think that some of the community that's watching and viewing this conference, maybe it's helpful to explain some of that in Japanese.
Okay. はい、ノアコインの簡単な、ほとんどの方もノアコインご存知だと思うんですけれども、ノアコインは主にその国際送金に、特にフィリピン、海外に出稼ぎ労働に出かけているフィリピン人たちの国際送金の、通貨として、使われるのための開発をされているというところですね。で、特に今、ちょうどプラチナム社、エンジニアリング社の方で、その新しいブロックチェーン 3.0 というのを開発中でして、で、この開発に向けてノアコインが実際にそのガスに使われたりとか、あとは実際その国際送金に使われたりとか、もしくはその決済通貨として使われたりとか、これから社会の実装に向けて動いているというところですね。はい。
Thank you for that. Arigatou gozaimasu. As far as my Japanese ability, I apologize, but it's not quite at the level where it needs to be. So, so thank you for that, Ito-san. I appreciate it. And so I would also like to ask, you know, what are the plans for the development of Noah? And what is this token swap of old Noah coin to new Noah coin about?
Okay. So first of all, you know, as I mentioned before, after this token swap, first thing is gonna be Noah Coin is really a remittance service, because since 10 million Filipino people are anxiously waiting to use the low-cost remittance service. And second is the payment service, and third is the gas gateway between projects. And token swap, after token swap is expected to occur on September 5th. So holders have to send Noah Coin to BTCNext by September 5th. And as to what is going to happen to those Noah holders, I have to say that you know, you have to send Noah Coin to BTCNext before September 5th, because if you don't do it, they will not be able to swap, and they will stay with those you know, those Noah holders who have Noah Coin on other exchanges. They will stay with old coin, old token, whose price will be almost zero. So unfortunately, all the coins on the other exchanges will be burned. So you've got to send your Noah Coin to BTCNext by September 5th.
Okay, great. That seems like a very important point that you need to send your Noah coin to BTCNext exchange by September 5th.
Yeah.
Would you be able to then explain that, please, in Japanese as well?
Okay.
Or maybe Daikigan-san might be able to do that as well.
ブロックチェーンの説明で、ここちょっと説明しますか。Okay, I'll just explain Japanese.
Great.
Okay. So, トークンスワップが9月の5日に予定されているので、実際にじゃあ、今他のエクスチェンジ、取引所に上場しているのはを持っている人たち、これBTCNext に送らなかった場合はどういうことになるのかっていう、質問というか、そのことについてちょっとお話ししたんですけれども、これ必ず、9月の5日までにノアコインを BTCNext に、送金するように、してください。さもなくば、今上場しているノアコイン、他のエクスチェンジですね、の価値はもうほとんどゼロになります。で、これはバーンされる予定です。ということなので、非常に重要なポイントなので、ちょっと先に話したんですけれども、必ずその、9月の5日までにBTCNext の方にノアコインを送るようにします。
Thank you for that. Arigatou gozaimasu. So we have a question that came in from the community on this conference, and the question I'll direct to both of you is, how do overseas Filipino workers, how are they able to change their national currency into Noah? And is there going to be a cooperation between Noah Coin and Nippon Pay, which was announced a long time ago?
Hold on a second. ノアコインがいわゆるフィリピンの、その送金通貨として使われるっていうところで、どういう形でこれが、起きていくかっていうところ、起きていく、実際、そのノアコインがその出稼ぎ労働者たちが使うように、なるっていうのは、どういう形でそのプロジェクトを進められていくというか、それが実際に実装されていくかっていうような。Brian San?
Yes, you can.
So your question is just you're asking the way how the Noah coin will be used for remittance service for Filipino people.
Yeah, well, there was a question that came in from the community asking, how do overseas workers, let's say somebody who's a Philippine worker here in Japan, how are they able to change their national currency into Noah?
You mean the specific way to change the fiat currency, their fiat currency to Noah?
Into Noah coin, yes.
Okay. 具体的な法定通貨からノアコインに、チェンジする方法っていう。方法。はい。ちょっとね、あれですよね。Brian San, so this is something that, it's kind of relates to the business strategy. You mean this question? So it's kind of more advanced question, I guess. Yeah. So
okay.
At this point, we're not at that level, I think.
Okay. And then the second part of the question was, do you know, is there going to be a cooperation between Noah Coin and Nippon Pay? As that was something that was mentioned apparently a while back.
Okay. 日本ペイとノアコインのコーポレーションっていうのがありますかっていう。
もともとはその計画はありましたね。 日本ペイとの提携。はい
Yeah, just to confirm that it's planning and we are working on it, but it's moving. It's in the middle of processing.
Okay.
We're just, working on it.
Okay, could you explain kind of that question and then your answer that question in Japanese as well?
Okay. SCI と日本ペイの提携に関してなんですけれども、今ちょうど計画進めていて、作業しているところなので、もうちょっとまた具体的な話ができるまでちょっとお待ちいただければと思います。
Okay. Thank you for that. So yeah, this token swap is happening in September 5th, and it seems there's going to be a new white paper for Noah Coin as well. Could you talk about that, and when is that supposed to be available?
Okay. White paper のいいですか? It is expected to be sometime before the token swap, which is on September 5th. But it could be sometime in October or September after token swap. So it's not decided yet, but we're working on it.
So the new white paper is
will be coming soon.
Okay, and it's going to happen. It looks like this month. I thought.
This earliest possible date would be sometime this month.
Okay.
But the latest, I would say. September or sometime in October, sometime in fall.
So definitely everybody should be looking out for that, for the new white paper. Could you explain that question and then your answer in Japanese as well?
Okay. ニューホワイトペーパー、新しいホワイトペーパーの発行なんですけれども、今一応トークンスワップ9月の5日前に予定しているんですが、ちょっとこれ完成確実にできるかどうかっていうのはちょっとわからなくて、ひょっとしたら10月9月の5日のトークンスワップの後になるかもしれない。でも遅くても秋前にはこれが完成するという感じに。
Perfect. Thank you very much. I think this is a very important point, that this token swap is going to happen by September 5th and that people need to, send their Noah coins, their old Noah coins to BTCNext exchange to be able to have the token swap for the new Noah coins. That's coming up within 1 month. And so, could you please explain that in Japanese, as well as the question that what if someone who's a holder of the old Noah coins doesn't happen to send those old coins to BTCNext by September 5th, what will happen to them? What will happen to their coins? Please answer that in English and then pose that question and answer in Japanese as well, please, sir.
Okay. Yes, as I mentioned before, those people who forget to send the Noah coin to BTCNext before September 5th, those Noah coins which are listed on other exchanges, their value will be almost zero, and the token will be burned. So no choice. You have to send your Noah coin to BTCNext by September 5th. And should I speak in Japanese?
Yes, please, sir. I think it's such an important point that it should be translated in both.
I really think so. 先ほどもちょっと申し上げたんですけれども、今年の9月の5日までに、ノアコイン、今、保有しているノアコインですね。他にエクスチェンジに、リストされている、保有している、自分のアカウントで保有しているノアコインを必ず、BTCNext の方に、送金をお願いします。これなぜかというと、このトークンスワップされないノアコイン、他のエクスチェンジに上場しているノアコインはもうほとんど価値がゼロになります。で、結果 バーンされるということになっているので、必ず、BTCNext の方に、送金の方をお願いいたします。9月の5日です。
Thank you very much for that. Yeah, it's just such an important point. Be sure if you're a holder of Noah coins to send them to BTCNext Exchange to meet the coin swap from old Noah to new Noah. So could you speak a bit about, after this token swap does happen, what is going to occur?
Okay.
Like the exchange rate for one Noah old coin is equal to one new coin?
Okay, yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're right. Actually, the rate is, first of all, the rate, old Noah coin and new Noah coin, the exchange rate is 1-to-1. And also, what I need to mention is a new wallet will be created and a new token will be in this wallet on exchange.
Okay, great. And I think that's also a very important point. Could you explain that in Japanese, the question?
Okay. Yeah. まずその、オールド古いノアトークンと新しいノアトークンのスワッピングレートは1対1になります。で、かつ新しいウォレットがこれ作成されて、で、新しいトークンの方はこのエクシンジ上のウォレットの中に保管されるということになります。
Okay, thank you very much for that. Yeah, those are such important points. So I thought that, they should be, translated in both. So can you talk a bit about the new Noah coin and, how will it be used on blockchain 3.0? What will be the use cases of the Noah coin, the new Noah coin from blockchain 3.0?
Okay. Regarding the new blockchain 3.0, what would happen? Let me go back to the token swap. After token swap, what will happen? I think I need to explain first.
Okay.
So first thing is BTCNext. After token swap, Noah coin will be almost regulated, which means that BTCNext will regulate the price of Noah coin and will not allow to dump the price as other exchanges do. This is the first thing which is going to occur. The second thing is not everyone will make a swap for different reasons. Many people do not read news, and so the total circulation will become less, and new Noah holders will have more percentage of token. This is the second thing. And third thing is as Noah blockchain will be connected to all the products, so it will become a super utility token, and therefore it will create a strong demand on market. So this is basically about after token swap, what is going to happen. And should I continue about talking the new blockchain 3.0?
Yeah, about the new blockchain 3.0, what can that bring? What are the possibilities with the new blockchain?
Yes. First of all, let me just tell you about the schedule. We are developing the new blockchain 3.0, and as to testnet, it will be sometime in September. PC version and Block Explorer, and as to mainnet, it will be sometime in October, and smartphone version in iOS and Android. But this is just a schedule, so it may change, but we are working on to make that happen with that schedule. And also about the new blockchain. Noah blockchain is a Tendermint consensus, which means the same as like Dan-san was talking about this, but the same as the Cosmos. And Tendermint is the new technology for avoiding illegal act and also simply adopts development. And also with Ethermint, the transaction speed will become much faster than that of the normal Ethereum blockchain. So it will solve the issue of scalability. And this means BNX, which is BTCNext exchange token, and BNB will have the same kind of mechanics. And also, what is great about Cosmos is with this Cosmos blockchain, developers can create their own blockchain. So each different blockchain can connect to each other, and this will enhance the scalability and usability. And Cosmos is the hub which connects each different blockchain, and Atom is the mainframe and used for voting. And the more atoms you have, the more right you will have for voting consensus. And Photon is used for fee, and validator can decide fee.
Okay, and so
Yep.
why, a question came in, why do you think that Noah prices are not going up now? Why are they maintaining to be such a low price?
Because we are just in the middle of developing the projects, the new blockchain. So after token swap, which is September 5th, maybe sometime in October or November, Noah price will start to rise. So I want you to wait until after token swap.
And could you explain some of the ways, how can you raise the value of Noah? Explain how that works.
This is basically about, it can be applied to any other project, but first of all, we're gonna create a lockup period, especially for those major, like big investors. This is first thing. And also we're gonna create larger demand and fewer supply, which will make the price of Noah token go higher and higher. And also Noah coin will be as I said, will be a super utility token, will become a super utility token. So that will push up the price of Noah value a lot. This may take some time, but we're working on it.
Okay, and then Japan's altcoin regulations, at least compared to other countries, seem to be a bit relaxed. Are you thinking of listing Noah coin or QDao in Japan?
You mean the regulation?
Yeah, it seems like the regulations in Japan are a bit relaxed. Are you thinking of listing Noah coin or QDao in Japan?
Yes. We are thinking, but as you said, Japan's altcoin regulation is very, very, it's kind of hard. It's very rigid. And, but we are working on this. And, but still, especially in Japan, there are many legal issues. So once they're solved, we will get altcoin listed on Japanese exchanges.
Oh, okay, that's great. Thanks for that. And regarding the Noah project, there's been talk about Noah City. Could you explain in a little bit of detail the progress of Noah City in the Philippines and the incidental initiatives?
Yes, is that a question from the community?
Yeah, regarding the Noah project, please explain.
Actually, Platinum Engineering is the engineer company, and our job is the development of the new blockchain 3.0. That is our core project. So we are working on Philippine like Noah founder people, but the people we are working with are mainly for those people who are working on remittance service, not the real estate side. So to be honest, we don't have much information about the real estate development. It's a different company. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. So I think that gives everybody some pretty good insight about Noah Coin. Thank you so much for your answers. Ito-san has been really helpful. Just want to mention again, is there anyone on the conference who would like to ask some questions related to Noah Coin to ask Ito-san and Daikigan-san?
こっちの質問、後ろの方のぐらいの。
If Brian-san?
Yes, it doesn't seem so. If you have any more information to share about Noah, please share.
Yeah, actually, I'm kind of thinking maybe a Daikigan-san, since he hasn't explained his part, so we can introduce the questions and answers.
This is a great time.
Okay. Yeah, so first of all, he's going to explain about the use cases of Noah Coin. What will be the use cases? Yeah. So, Daikigan-san, I have a question. Number 4, use cases. Will Noah be the main coin in the ecosystem you're building? And what do you think about this?
私が日本語でより。
はい。
ノアはプラチナムが開発しているエコシステム内のメインコインになりますか？
そうですね。で、それに対しての答えを。
はい。それぞれのプロジェクトはそれぞれ独立していて、それをつなげる役をノアは担います。ノアはこれからのプロジェクトをつなぐゲートウェイの役を果たすポイントとなります。
ね。はい。あれライアンは、あれなのか。So we're having a break?
Oh, sorry, I just had to
okay. Okay. Yeah, he just, Daikigan-san explained about the use cases of Noah Coin.
Okay, great. Could you explain that in English as well for the rest of the conference community?
Okay. So the question was, will Noah Coin be the main coin in the ecosystem you're building? And Noah, in Japanese, Noah は、プラチナムが開発しているエコシステム内の、メインコインとなりますかという質問ですね。で、答えとしては、それぞれ、のプロジェクトは、それぞれ独立をしていて、で、ノアの、役割というのはそれをつなげる役を、果たすということですね。で、ノアは、いわゆるこのプロジェクト同士をつなげるゲートウェイの、役を果たすということですね。Should I explain it in English also? Maybe?
Yes, please. About the use cases, I think that would be important for everyone to understand answers to what the use cases are for the future of Noah Coin.
Yeah. So the answer is it will be a connection coin. And each project is independent, so we will use a new Noah Coin as a gateway between those projects. Okay, and maybe we should just move on. We should just continue just asking I should ask Daikigan-san about the rest of his question and answers.
Yes, please go ahead. Please do that, Ito-san. Thank you.
Okay, so number 5. Business strategy のことですね。And the question is, please explain in detail the progress of Noah City in Philippines incident initiative. This is actually the question we answered before. So I'll just skip. And 2番目のところですね。これかな。はい。The question is, any specific plan to make Noah Coin the king coin after token swap and its schedule? はい。
すでにお話した内容に加えて、トークンスワップ後にノアコインの価格は上昇する予定です。なぜなら、すべてのプロダクトの互換性の中で、ノアはノアブロックチェーンのマネジメントに利用されるからです。
はい。はい。ありがとうございます。 ブライアンはあれかな、見えないのかな。Okay. So he explained about the question regarding the how any specific plan to make the Noah coin the king coin.
Okay, great.
Yeah, and his answer was as already mentioned about before. He's really totally convinced that after token swap, the price of new Noah coin will grow up, and it will be used in general management of Noah blockchain, on which all the products will be based and be compatible. That's his question.
Okay, great. And that seems to be all the questions coming in from the community. So I just want to conclude by saying, thank you everybody for attending this conference. I know it's been, a bit over an hour, and everyone has a busy schedule, busy lives. So thank you so much for taking the time to be a part of this conference. Thank you to Ito-san and Daikigan-san for your answers and participation today. Thank you, Anton and Dan and everybody else that helped make this conference possible. Just to further let you know that I'm going to be creating a lot of content videos to, help, understand about how to go about purchasing QDao, and I'm going to interview the engineers from Platinum Engineering. I'm going to interview the founders. I'm going to be interviewing previous and past customers of Platinum, and really kind of get to the nitty-gritty details of Platinum Engineering, of QDao, of the stable coins, and of Noah coin to help you be the most informed to make the best decision possible for your future about participating with these projects and this team. So once again, thank you everyone. Really appreciate your time, and I will see you on the next one.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you everyone.
Thank you.